You have to post every single day on your type beat channel. That's at least what every YouTuber will tell you, myself included. But with school or a job, it can become challenging to keep up with the daily uploads. And that's why I see a lot of producers who initially committed to daily uploads as soon as things get stressful, break the contract that they made with themselves at the beginning and settle for less than they are actually capable of. I don't want you to be that person. I'm 100% sure that even with a full calendar, you are able to upload beats every single day. If you watch this video until the end, you will be able to keep track of your daily uploads if you are willing to implement the things that I will tell you. I have posted daily beats for the whole year, over 7 months straight, so I know what I'm talking about. But I also know how it feels like to jump from task to task and don't be on top of your time. A little bit like this scene from Indiana Jones where he's running away from this big rock behind him. This big rock is the time. If you are just running and running and running, you can't find the time for the things that you actually want to do. And those are two fundamental problems. We want to get that big rock away, and that presupposes one thing that you have to be very clear about. What do you really want? Do you want to grow your type beat channel? Of course, otherwise you would have not clicked on the video. So that you can make the right decisions when it comes down to it, you need to make a list of your priorities. Because even though you want to grow your type beat channel, maybe it's not the #1 spot in your priority list. And I want to keep it real with you. If you want to achieve something with your type beat channel, it has to be the #1 priority, or at least music in general has to be the #1 priority in your life. Because once you have the awareness that music is at the #1 spot, you will not negotiate anything related to your growth in music. The only reason why you can't make your daily type beat is because everything in your life is more important to you than making that beat. If hanging out with your friends, playing video games, going to the club, or whatever is more important to you than making beats, then you don't have time for it. But if it's the #1 priority to you, you will first handle that to do before you do anything else. And to give you an idea how to set that up, here is my list of priorities in life. On the first spot at the moment, I got music and my music business, and that's why it is over health. Health includes something like eating clean, working out, going for a run, whatever, all those things. If I need to make a decision if I go to the gym and work out, or if I make a beat to keep the daily uploads going, I will always decide for the daily uploads. Sometimes you gotta make those decisions in your life, and in my opinion, there is a season for everything. You got a season where you focus on health, you got a season where you focus on business, but if you want to start a business, especially a type beat channel and something creative, it has to be the #1 focus, because you want to improve your skills and you want to get the best results possible to build your brand and to get your first foot in the door. Once you are an established producer, like you're on the Metro Boomer level, you can do something else. You can maybe shoot movies or whatever you want to do in life. But if you just started, it has to be the #1 priority in my opinion. And the best way to get a check mark behind that task is to write in the comments your list of priorities, and you better choose to put music at the #1 spot. Next, you need an overview of your day. Not every day looks the same, but I'm sure you have some sort of consistency in your daily routines, no matter if you still go to school or if you have a job. My goal for you is to gain full control over your life and not be a slave of your circumstances. And that's why we need that overview of your day. And with what you already know about priorities, you now need to decide whether something is a real responsibility or if it's kind of negotiable. Because I want you to find the time slots in your day on your typical Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday when you have the time to make your beats, commit to it, and then do it. The priority thing gets important when you realize there is no available time slot in a specific day. To give you a little bit of a better perspective, I will tell you what that looks like for myself. So I'm partially employed. Half of the week I have to go to my 9 to 5, and the other half of the week I'm self-employed with my music business. I need to go to the office on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I have to spend the whole day there. And after those office days, I have other responsibilities that are not flexible in time, so there is no real time slot when I come back home to make my daily type beat. So what I do on Mondays and Tuesdays is to wake up an hour earlier before I head off to the office and make my daily type beat before I'm actually going to work for someone else. Because my mentality is to look for a solution and not for an excuse. I could easily say, okay, there is no time at that day, I don't post at that day, but I want to find a solution for myself. So I wake up early in the morning, make my daily type beat, do my morning routine, and then I head off to my 9 to 5 job. And honestly, you can't tell me anything different. If you think that's impossible to do, maybe you don't want it that bad. For whatever reason, if you have really a specific day schedule and can't manage to do a beat every single day to stick to that routine, you need to sit down on the weekends, make 3 beats on Saturday, 4 beats on Sunday, and then schedule them for the whole week. What also helps me to be on top of my own time is that I usually plan my next day to-dos evening before. So usually at the end of every day, I just brainstorm for a couple of minutes what I need to do the very next day, write those to-dos down and prioritize them, and then I start my day with the biggest and most important task. That means I'm always flexible and I can always adjust my schedule if something unexpected appears. Unexpected things can always happen. That's why they are unexpected. But you can prepare for them. If you are in a flow or you have more time to make music, that's your chance to work ahead. If you use this creative flow to make more beats than you need at the moment, you can schedule a couple uploads. Just make sure to don't be lazy in the meantime. Then it's useless. Or you can save them in the back pocket. So when something out of your control happens, for example, your computer is broken for a week and you suddenly can make new beats, you can keep the pace going and you are prepared. Using that flow state productivity makes making beats so much easier than making one beat and restarting all the time. And if you go to a financial advisor, one of the first things they will tell you is to build a nest egg. And having a nest egg of beats is something that can definitely secure your momentum. And momentum is one of the most important aspects when it comes to posting daily type beats. You probably know that extra motivation you get when you are on this crazy streak of posting beats every single day, because you don't want that streak to end. If you build up a crazy streak like that of 150 days, 200 days, whatever, it's so easy to keep going, but it's also important to don't be too hard on yourself if you miss a day. My rule, if I miss a day, which barely happens, is to never skip 2 days in a row. That's a non-negotiable rule for me. If I miss a day, I'm going right back at it to make sure that I don't lose my momentum. You also want to make it as easy as possible to upload every day. If that means you have to use a loop to keep the daily streak going, use a loop. It's 2024. If you still think using loops is not making real art or something, then you are meant for this. And if you don't know where to get good loops, you can check out the video description. I got all my loop kits linked there. Most of them are free. Just one loop kit is a paid product, but it's only $5. If you like the other loop kits, make sure to check that out too. And if you want to know why making more beats isn't the answer to everything, check out this video.